Hi all. In this video, I'm going to show you all the varieties of questions which are asking you to factorize. So let's have a look. First variety is when you have to factorize and you're having two terms. And you're taking common factors straight away. So I'm going to show you with an example. I'm taking a very simple question, 2x plus 4. So these are two terms. You can take the common here, which is 2. Or you can understand it like this, 2 times x plus 2 times 2. You can see this 2 and this 2 is common. So the 2 comes out inside the bracket, x plus 2 remains. So we have factorized it because you can see it has now two factors, 2 times x plus 2. So this is the factorized form. Next, one more example of two terms and common factors I'm showing you. Suppose you have 4x square minus 8xy. So very closely observe these two terms. You can see 4 is common and x is common, or you can say for these two terms which you're seeing, 4x is the HCF or highest common factor. So I'll just do it the way I did earlier. So 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x square minus 2 times 2 is 4, 2 is 8, then x times y. I'm going to just encircle the common terms. So common is 2, one more 2 is common, x is common. So I can take the common outside, which is 2 times x, and uncommon things remains inside. So x minus y is left over, and that remains outside. Our final answer will be 4x times x minus y. All right. So once you're clear with the concept of factorize, you can directly do it. You can observe these two terms and you will see that in these two terms, 4x is common and you can take it outside. And then the thing which remains is x minus y. So this was about the two terms. Sometimes we can find common factors in three terms. So I'm going to show you three terms example. Suppose you have mn plus m square p square plus m. So if you look at this particular example having three terms, you can take m common from all three terms and your answer will be n inside the bracket. One m has gone outside, so one m remains inside. P square as it is because p square wasn't common. Now this m has gone outside, so one remains here. Remember that when you multiply at the bracket or expand the bracket, you should get the original question back. Then only your answer is correct. So this is with three terms. You may have factorized question with four terms as well. Now, four terms will require grouping. Let's have a look how to do grouping. I'm taking an example. Fourth one here. Okay, fourth example and four terms. So suppose you have x square plus 3x minus x minus 3. So here we can do grouping, or we can just simplify the middle expression and then do splitting the middle term if it is possible. But for now, I'm going to show you grouping. This is my first group. This is my second group. And from each group, you take the common things outside or factorize each group. So x outside, then you get x plus 3 inside minus 1 outside. When there is nothing common, remember there is 1 always common and a minus sign which is seen for both here in this case. So minus 1 outside and x plus 3. So the clue here is you need to have these two exactly same. If these two are not coming same, that means some step from your end has gone wrong. So when you have something like this, take x plus 3 outside because these are common factor now. And what remains in the other bracket is the leftover, which is not common. So that is x minus 1. So factorized form of this is this, and this is the correct answer. Remember, when you expand this, when you multiply the brackets out, you should get your question back. That is a method of verifying it. I'll show you one more question where you have four terms. So suppose you have, I'm going to use another color. Suppose you have mn plus 3p plus np plus 3m. Let's say you have this question. So again, you see here four terms. So what you can do, you can just do the grouping here. This is my first group. This is my second group. From each group, you try to take common elements out. So it looks like the second grouping which I have done, there is nothing common. So I have to reconsider my grouping because that's not working. How about I pair Mn and NP? Clearly N is common, so I paired these two together and I kept it together. Plus 3p plus 3n. Clearly 3 is common in these two. So first group, second group. First group, M is common. No, N is common. And the bracket will be M plus B because nothing common in M and P. Plus 3 common in the second grouping, you'll get P plus N. Remember that I told you these two got to be exactly same, which is same because P plus M or M plus P is the same thing. If you do 2 plus 3, you get 5. If you do 3 plus 2, you get 5. So it's the same thing. So M plus P comes outside and the remaining stays in another bracket. And we have factorized these 4 terms. All right. So we have seen so far taking common factors for 2 terms, 3 terms. Then we saw when we have 4 terms, how to do grouping. Now, next thing in factorize, next concept in factorize or next variety of factorize is difference between two squares. Difference between two squares, which is nothing but a square minus b square. And you should know this identity. It means a minus b, a plus b. You can try expanding these two brackets and see you get a square minus b square. So you have to learn and use it directly for your questions. Let's see how to use this. So I'm going to take one example here. For this bit, I'm calling it first. So let me take 12 minus 3x square. Now directly, if you observe this, it doesn't look like a square minus b square. So I'm going to do the basic thing here, which is taking common. And from these two terms, definitely I can take 3 outside. So 3 common. So 3 4s are 12, so 4 comes here. 3 1s are 3, so 1 and x square. Now, if you notice carefully, it looks like a square minus b square because 4 can be written as 2 square and x square as it is. So this is our a square minus b square. In this case, our a is going to be 2 and our b is going to be x. So I can factorize it further and I can write 2 minus x, 2 plus x and 3 as it is. Because a square minus b square is a minus b, a plus b. So we have factorized this using difference between two squares identity. I'm going to show you one more example of this. So let me now use another color and take another example. Let me take now minus 27x square plus 75. So as soon as you see a factorized question like this, try to take something common. So let's see if I can take something common.
This as x minus 4
75,
minus
if I'm not able to figure out the factor, I can check using prime factorization. So 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, and 5 5s are 25.
and this is going to be
So 3 is a common factor in 75 and 27.
minus 3.
If I take 3 outside, let me take minus 3 outside. Okay, let me take 3 outside only. And in the bracket, I will get 9 because 3 9s are 27. X square plus 25 because 3 times 25 is 75. Now I can rewrite this as 25 minus 9x square. Why am I rewriting? So that it matches with our identity a square minus b square. So after this, I will write 25 as 5 square minus 3x whole square. So clearly now if you notice, it looks like a square minus b square, wherein our a is 5 and our b is 3x. So I'll just apply the identity. A minus b, a plus b. And I'll get 3 times 5 minus 3x and 5 plus 3x from here. For this particular thing, I applied a minus b, a plus b. Our a is 5 and our b is 3x. And we have factorized this by using difference between two squares. Let's have a look at one more example. So you can visualize this as x minus 4 whole square minus 3 square, which is a square minus b square, and it can be written as a minus b, a plus b. And this is going to be x minus 4 minus 3 is x minus 4, so it remains as it is, and plus 3 and minus 3 comes as per this identity. So if you look at this, our a is x minus 4, so I got my a here, and our b is 3, so I got my b here, once with a plus and another with a minus. I'm going to simplify because these brackets can be simplified. I will get x minus 7 and x minus 1. So this is another variety of factorizing, which is difference between two squares. Now there are two more varieties. One is perfect squares factorization, and the other one is splitting the middle term. I'm going to show you that in my next video. I hope you understood this. You can comment on my video if you want me to share a video of any other concept, or if you have some more concerns around the same topic. See ya. Our A